Alright guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. So here's another quick hands-on with the Xperia XA2 Ultra. Now obviously the most exciting thing about this phone is it's a new iteration of that XA line, but they gave us a fingerprint reader. No, the phone doesn't have dual speakers and it's still a very big phone, but gosh, it is sexy. This is a really nice looking phone in person, and the screen is very immersive. Sony is one of the first companies to give this edge-to-edge display, but they don't really get credit for it because of those huge bezels. So if you look at the top of this one here, they actually have dual cameras on the front. They've got a 16 and an 8 on the front and a 21 on the back. That is absolutely gorgeous. And when the guy told me that and actually noticed it, I didn't even notice it at first, but I was like, whoa, dual camera setup. Software on here is obviously going to be running Android Oreo, and as it should be, because phones shouldn't be releasing with anything less than Oreo especially if it's a brand new device that's coming out. But you know, software on here was actually pretty responsive. Again, all these companies always say that it is a beta software, but you can kind of see the skin here for Sony. They're kind of playing it safe, if you will. It kind of looks a little stockish with some of the icons, but you know, I thought it was a pretty cool device to see in person. Now, the one that I really like the most, shout out to TK. TK was standing next to me playing with the silver one. That silver color is the one that I actually really wanted to get my hands on. It is actually pretty good. Now, while I was at the Sony booth, the Sony guy was actually giving me a pretty detailed rundown about the phone. He was pretty good about it. The Sony reps were probably some of the better reps that were out at CES this year. They really represented well, and Sony's booth was actually really packed, I was just really shocked. So yeah, I get my hands on the silver, and look at the silver color. Now if I was going to get this phone, it definitely would be the silver color. Not so much a fan of the gold. This is kind of like a silver blue. Yeah, so there you go. You can take a look at that huge bezel on top and bottom, but it gives you something to hold on to when you're actually listening or listening to music, or excuse me, watching videos or something like that. But the dual camera setup is actually pretty cool, and I really plan on bringing this phone in because again, my XA Ultra broke, the SIM tray portion broke, so I'm excited about that. You can see the camera setup there. A 16 and an 8 on the front is really, really nice. So Sony brought it this year. It's got the 6-inch display, 1080p. One last thing is they switched to a Snapdragon 630 this year in their devices. So that's something to take note of. So good job, Sony, and I'll bring you some coverage on the smaller version of this phone as well. Take care.